champion, the man who carries Friday Night SmackDown, the greatest show in sports entertainment, ladies and gentlemen, Roman Reigns. Yeah! What's up, dude?
What's up, boys?
Hey, man. You wear a tank top because I wore a tank top today, Roman? Is that what we got going on? I didn't know if that's what we're doing. Thank you for joining us today. I really appreciate it. How are you? How's life?
It's all good, man. Life's great. Life's
Okay.
great. And I'm from Florida. I'm a Florida boy. We wear tank tops, man.
Okay.
That's what we do.
I'm from Pittsburgh, so I'm white trash. So this is what I do. We're a week and a half out from you taking on John Cena. And listen, Michael Cole, he had his entire moment whenever Paul Heyman's version was much better, obviously. But when the music hit, Michael Cole loses his mind. There's that whole moment. Guess who's back? And then all of a sudden, immediately upon arrival, he goes, you know what? Roman Reigns is who I want in this entire thing, which is kind of your life now. Week and a half out, having to go through this now with John Cena, this whole, as it's gone through here. Just your thoughts on the entire situation and John Cena as a human.
Man, like anybody at the top of their game or in a very, elevated position, I think there's a polarizing effect. There's a lot of good things John Cena's done, obviously, Make-A-Wish, very charitable guy. But when it comes to our profession in sports entertainment, he's levels below me in this game, you know what I mean? Entertainment is storytelling, right? I'm the greatest storyteller of our generation, of our time. And he's a big name. He's a big star. He's a movie star now. But he, like so many other greats, they camouflage themselves. They disguise themselves. You see me every Friday night. I have to dole this shit down. You know what I mean? I come out there in sweatpants and some J's and you know what I mean? I don't have to throw on the crazy colors, wear wristbands all over my body. I don't have to make myself something that I'm not.
Hell yeah.
There's a lot of different things about John that I think we can all connect to within the good things he does. But to me, if he would have just come here, promote his movies, Suicide Squad, yay, it's a good movie, go watch it. You can open the show, you can, pep up the crowd, do that, and then I'll stay in the main event where I belong and I'll close the show and I'm done. So.
Can have it both ways.
But he's smart, you know what I'm saying? He's smart. He's trying to at least, right? He's smart. If I was him and I'm promoting a movie and I want to get that buzz, what do? You go to the island of relevancy, right? You go to the tribal chief and you try to find the biggest thing cooking right now, and that's me. So he's trying to use my name to promote his movie. So James Gunn, you're welcome.
Hey, Roman, is it nice now that you have fans back? Obviously, you got electricity in the air, but I would imagine having those fans back might drown Pat's voice out a little bit. I would assume when it was empty and you had the Thunderdome, you may be able to overhear Pat's voice yelling and his craziness while you're in the middle of the match.
Just a punter going nuts over there. And the Thunderdome, so loud. But yeah, that's the nice thing about the crowd. The environment, the atmosphere that we have in WWE, it's unlike anything else, and the interaction with the fans, it's quite special. Everywhere we go, it's like a home game, and to have that that dynamic back, I'm sure Pat's made note of it and spoke on it. It's unlike anything, man. It's special.
It's insane. It really, and now that I get a chance to be on the other side of the barrier or whatever and know very little, but kind of see it. And then comparing the business to others, it's just like in front of a live audience every single week, okay? The having to do everything right is unbelievable, unmatched everywhere. And that's why you're the GOAT, dude. You come out, okay? The whole bloodline comes out. Paul Heyman comes out. Okay, here's 15 to 20 minutes of greatness that's about to take place. Everybody needs to relax and do that. But you have made a couple football comparisons here. Former teammate of yours, Calvin Johnson, just went into the Hall of Fame. When you were at Georgia Tech, I got a chance to see you throw some people around in the bowl game, obviously. But your football background, and obviously with the family ties, it's almost like you were created to be the greatest superstar of all time. Did you know you were going to end up in this position, or was football going to be it, and then this ended up happening?
Huge shout out and congratulations to Calvin, man. He deserves it. We knew it from day one. I mean, it was it was the spring before he even came in for his freshman year. He got there early, and he was, I guess we can't even call it mossing people anymore. He was Megatronning everybody. and we had a couple one All-American safety, and he was coming over the top, and JB couldn't do anything. So huge shout out to him. For me, it's one of those scenarios where as a kid and when I was in football, that's all I wanted to do. And my family's so big in sports entertainment, professional wrestling, that I didn't want that to be my identity. I wanted to be able to kind of create my own path. And then everything just kind of played out the way it was. And whenever, I made that decision to hang up the cleats and pick up the boots, I told one of the Usos, we were in the bar one night, and this is when I was just in my regular, I was working for my sister installing office furniture, and we were just smashing beers, and I told him, he was already in FCW coming back from the holidays, and I told him, man, I think I want to wrestle. And he under his breath, he laughed, and he said, what do you have to bring to the table? What's so special about you to where you think you can do this? Because I never really trained. I've been around the business. I watched it growing up just like he had and his brother had. And it was a very on point statement from him because he was going through the grind. He was going through developmental, and he was in the fire. So, from that moment on, I knew I don't know what it is. I don't know how to put my thumb down on it, but I got something. I got it. And I was starting to shed that football weight. And I started to really see, the old me coming back. And I just knew if you put me into something, when I got to tech or even football in general, if I wasn't starting, I'd sit in the back, when we're on the cans going through walkthroughs, and I watched that dude in front of me. And I'd see how he played the technique, what he would do, within, and how to counter, and how to, what the initial game plan was. And I'd study it, and I knew that I could make myself do what was happening, what needed to be done, and then also put my own little spin on it. And that's exactly what I did within WWE and sports entertainment.
I think it's worked out. Yeah, go ahead, AJ. I think it's worked out. Go ahead, AJ.
Yes, it has. But now you have been the man for a while now with WWE, and you have a lot of people behind you, I assume, watching you, trying to emulate you and trying to get your spot. How do you hold people off? There's so many people that want what you have.
It's that fine line, you know what I mean, where you have to protect yourself, value yourself, be strong in your fight for creative and the stories you want to tell. But at the same time, how I bring value to myself is I raise everybody's stock. Anybody, that's why we call it the island of relevancy. Anybody who steps in the ring with me, I have there's a priority, there's an obligation for me to make them better than whenever they leave. So to be able to lift up everybody it's a special trait, I think, that I have as a performer, to make everybody more relevant, to make them a better performer, to make them get more attention and more eyeballs on them. Hence why John Cena picked me. That's that weird, delicate juggling game that you have to be able to play to be able to protect yours, but also make everything better to stay in that top position.
Yeah, but it's been unbelievable to watch just how long you've been able to keep going here, and just continue to raise the game. And that's why Michael Cole says, in his eyes, John Cena is the greatest of all time because of how long he did it for, or whatever, and whatever Michael Cole can live in his nostalgia game. And by the way, you comparing it to missionary position got a pretty good pop out of me. I don't know if you got a chance to hear that. But for a long time, he was able to do it. And now you're able to do the same thing. All the old legends now, not just John Cena, not calling John Cena old, but all the legends are Edge, obviously. First thing, hey, you know what? I want Roman. John Cena, hey, I want Roman. Everybody on earth assumes that there's going to be a couple other Mount Rushmore-like wrestlers that are potentially going to come back and say, hey, I want Roman Reigns. Can you think about any of that? Or do you just kind of have to stay in the current moment? How far forward do you have to kind of think ahead in this game?
Well, I think, you gotta, it's like goals, right? You gotta have your short term and then your long term goals. and obviously stay within, the discipline of perfecting every single day and grinding it out to get to those longer, viewpoints and those longer goals. But I mean, I have great help. You know what I mean? I have my special counsel, Paul Heyman there, who's been in this business for a long time. He's seen, the greats come up, and a lot of them were under his tutelage. So he's a great weapon that I have in my arsenal to kind of, stay on my shoulder and remind me and be in my ear to tell me different scenarios and different ways to play things out, and how not to just sometimes, from the lineage that I come from, I try to get my way by just being a savage. You know what I'm saying? Just smashing people and taking it. Yeah. Sometimes you can manipulate in different ways, and that's something that I'm very proud of, is that I've been able to do it. I've been able to do it politically. I've been able to do it, very masterfully, to get things done without just having to crush everybody.
You have crushed everybody, though, as well. I mean, yeah. Go ahead. Yeah. Go ahead, Ty.
Roman, with Pat doing SmackDown, we've kind of experienced like a microcosm of what you guys have to go through in terms of like the travel. You're on the road 300 days a year. But when you couple that with, obviously, you have the massive responsibility of basically having the company on your shoulders. And then you also, you had your cancer diagnosis and like beating that. Has there ever been a point like when you're going through this where it's just like, oh shit, I don't know if I can do this anymore. I don't know if I want to do this anymore.
No, it's almost like, especially once, my leukemia relapsed and we went through all that, and then the process to get back. And then even the process of like, once I was back, there's almost like a year-long portion to where I was almost treading water, just kind of going with the flow, and creative was just happening, and I don't know, I was just trying to be a team player and make it as easy as possible for the creative situation. And there became that was a portion of time where I was like, man, I want to be able to prove that I can do this. And I can do it at a high level consistently for a long time. And, I was able to do that, and I'm still doing that. But I mean, I got to the point where it wasn't just about being like really good anymore. I wanted to go further, and I wanted to be great. And that's what this whole chapter's been, ever since I came back last SummerSlam. So I wanted to really raise that bar and not just be a guy with a lot of potential, but to let that potential play out and be fleshed out in front of our audience so they can experience that greatness. And that's what I'm trying to do every single day, man. It's a grind every single week. It's a battle to, you've seen it, Pat. It's a huge show. It's a huge machine. And we all have our opinions, and we all have our, the path that we see that our characters and these stories should be laid out. So it takes a lot of experience and a lot of creativity to be able to push your narrative the way you want it.
Yeah, it's a lot. I mean, there is a lot, especially with you. I mean, with you being the main event every single Friday. I mean, it is. You can just go ahead and understand that normally to start the show, now the summer scene has been a little bit different, but normally to start the show, Roman Reigns is coming out, and then to close the show, Roman Reigns is coming out. There's only a couple $1 billion on the line, by the way, and arenas everywhere to sell out. You do an incredible job. Next week, SummerSlam. I can't wait to watch you go to, battle with Michael Cole's greatest of all time, Roman Reigns.
Michael Cole is stupid, isn't he? Come on. Come on now.
I've been saying that.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, man, we like John in the beginning of the show. Get him going, you know what I mean? Yell out, bring that yelling charisma and get the crowd going. And then, like, I think you can be louder, town, and then get them to scream again. That's fun, right? That's a good time. But it's going to be an ugly night in Vegas. It's going to be like when you get smashed at the table, you're up big, you feel like, oh man, we're going home with some money, but let's keep going. If he was smart, he'd cash out right now. Maybe we'll give him this Friday. Have fun. Let's go cut promos on each other. Let's have fun. Make some money, but cash out.
Yeah.
Oh, just go to Argyle, go to Europe and start filming. Don't go to Vegas. That's what I'm saying. Do not go to Vegas because we're going to smash you. We're going to pack you on a private jet. We're going to send you across the pond, and it's done, man. I'm telling you now, get while the getting is good. The table's hot, but it's time to leave because I'm about to shut this heater down, man. I'm telling you, just like I did the legends at WrestleMania, I stacked them, I pinned them, I retired them. The other one hadn't figured it out yet. He's pretty much done too. Cena's on the same path. Anybody who steps up for the Universal Championship, I'm going to smash their ass, and I'm going to send them home.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I got AJ. I got him fired up. AJ's ready to hit the A-gap right now. He's ready to smash a fullback, shuck him, and make a tackle for loss. That's how it's going down.
Absolutely, man. Congrats on everything. Good luck with everything in Vegas, especially. Sorry, connection went bad.
Yeah, it's his internet, Roman. Sorry, this is an everyday type of thing here. He's in Ohio.
It's that big old house he has that you're seeing.
Yeah, all right. It's tough to get it everywhere.
Can't get the Wi-Fi.
It's hard to get the Wi-Fi everywhere. A state problem.
Yeah, you guys got state issues. John Cena's got a big issue, and it's with the head of the table next Saturday, SummerSlam. Ladies and gentlemen, the Universal Champion, Roman Reigns. Cheers, man. Hey, when he walks by you, by the way, like in real life, it's like, oh, there's a guy that has like an actual aura around him. It's fucking unbelievable. He put on like, I think I said on TV, 25 pounds of muscle, but obviously I think he put on like 20 pounds of legit muscle. He came back just absolutely yoked. We got to call AJ back.